Hey guys, it's Lady Chan here. I'm back with another reaction. Today I wanted to do another DAX song. So I'm gonna react to his remix of Oliver Anthony's Richmond, North of Richmond. Now I have heard Oliver Anthony's original version and it was so powerful. It was so good, and DAX has a reputation for being equally powerful in a different kind of way. Therefore, I could not resist. So let's get into it. United we stand, divided we fall. Amen.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul. Big Richmond, north of Richmond, Lord knows it all. Just wanna have total control.
This world has changed and I had to accept it. They ask my political views while I search for their hidden agendas. I don't got an answer, I try to remember the devil divides. Pressure appears from our peers. Those arguments waste.
Hold on, say that one more time, Dax.
They ask my political views while I search for their hidden agendas. I don't got an answer, I try to remember the devil divides. Pressure appears from our peers.
Pressure appears from our peers. If that is not the most relevant bar I've heard in a while, I will say one thing is that there's a lot of people that I grew up with that I still see on social media every now and then when I check in, and I don't find their views to be accurate or intelligible or backed up by actual research and not the crazy Looney Tunes that we see today. I don't have the time or the energy to go on there and argue with them and bash them and try to change their minds. I just try to share what I know to be true and accurate resources on my own page. And if they so happen to be intrigued by that, I am welcome to the conversation. I am welcome to sending them more places to go for their own information. But it's sad and it breaks my heart because the left has a tendency to use peer pressure as a weapon, and I don't agree with that. I don't agree with pushing somebody to think the same way that you do just because you are so hard-headed in your own way that you don't allow other people space to grow in their research and in their minds. So yeah, peer pressure, guys. We thought it was just in middle school. It's not.
I don't got an answer, I try to remember the devil divides. Pressure appears from our peers. Those arguments waste our time while helping to push their lies. So fuck political views. I got common sense. I know God made man, and the sun sets on a life where we focus on things that we cannot control and accumulate so much regret. By the time we decide to live, we're practically already dead. So I go to sleep with the thoughts of 45 years living in debt. 45 years can't pay rent. 45 years just for a pension. I'm too old to enjoy and go spend 45 years working and slaving for rich men with no time for my family and friends. Then I wake up and pray that it ends.
Wow. Wow, okay, we're only a minute and 20 seconds in. I need to hear that part one more time.
45 years just for a pension. I'm too old to enjoy and go spend 45 years working and slaving for rich men with no time for my family and friends. Then I wake up and pray that it ends.
You guys know, I've mentioned this before, that I work a full-time job, a part-time job, I'm in school full-time, and outside of full-time school, I'm also doing a self-paced education course for another cybersecurity certification that I'm after. And so my day is longer than 24 hours. 7 days a week. My days are longer than 24 hours. It's not enough time. It's not enough time. And the way that I see it, because I don't have time to hang out with people. I literally I'm home with my dog most of the time. Like, making videos and being on the internet is quite literally all of my free time right now. If I could post every day, I would, but I don't have the emotional or mental capacity to do so. And again, I appreciate you guys being so patient with me and just enjoying the ride with me, because we're having fun, we're having a good time. But yeah, I want to spend the rest of my 20s giving it my all while I can, while I'm capable, while I have the energy, because I'm telling you right now, when I'm mid 30s to 40, I'm not going to want to do this crap. I'm not going to want to be in school full time. I'm not going to want to work multiple jobs. I'll be too tired. So for me personally, I need to do this now and sacrifice some of that time with family and friends to make sure that I have a future and that I can have a family that also has a future. And that's just where my head is. But it sucks. Inherently, it really, it sucks.
Slaving for rich men with no time for my family and friends. Then I wake up and pray that it ends.
Living in the new world with an whole soul. The rich men know the Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Descendants of Adam and Eve, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. They're taking God out the schools. Our kids don't know what to believe. From 6 to 18, the curriculum fails and Gen Z gets taught by their phones with forced feeds that get sponsored and paid by companies. That's
really quick. He did mention kids learning, from their phones and social media. I know that the government of Florida recently passed a bill. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of this information. I didn't look too far into it, but it just came up to mind. They passed a bill, or they're trying to, of not allowing anyone under the age of 16 to have a social media account. Which it did used to kind of be that way, specifically with some social media platforms like Facebook. You weren't able to have a Facebook account unless you were over the age of 16, I believe. Now I don't think they really enforce that so much. MySpace used to be the same way. It was like for 13, 14 or something like that. But anyways, there should be age restrictions on these apps. I think that's a sole company thing. But someone did comment on the bill, the article about the bill, saying it's one thing to try to push this law for the children, but it's not going to fix the bad parenting. And I completely agree with that. But there are definitely steps I think that we can take to protect children, and that's moving in the right direction. Let me know if you guys know more about that below, and let me know what you think about that.
out the schools. Our kids don't know what to believe. From 6 to 18, the curriculum fails and Gen Z gets taught by their phones with forced feeds that get sponsored and paid by companies. That's how they attack us. It starts with the youth. If you
It is forced feeds. I do like that he specifically said they're taught by forced feeds paid by companies. That's 100% true. I don't know when these companies became this crazy political conglomerate, but that's pretty much what's happening, and it's concerning because children are so sponge-like that you can indoctrinate them with just about anything and they'll believe you. With enough passion, a child can believe you.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. They're taking God out the schools. Our kids don't know what to believe. From 6 to 18, the curriculum fails and Gen Z gets taught by their phones with forced feeds that get sponsored and paid by companies. That's how they attack us. It starts with the youth. If you lie enough, you'll convince anybody the lie's the truth. So telling these kids they can choose their own gender at ages they can't even tie their own shoes. Drive or drink is crazy. Common sense isn't common unless it pays me. That's the thought process daily. Look at the content we're creating. Lies diluting our brains. I'm done trying to argue online with these people who think that a vote's gonna bring about change. How many presidents does it take to have a life worth living? An actual comfortable wage. No more school shootings. Let's unite these states.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten.
It's crazy that he mentioned the school shootings on here. Just really quick, I wanted to touch on that. Sometimes in the mornings, I just kind of go through, the YouTube shorts or whatever that I watch, and some of them are like body cam footage and things that policemen have to deal with and real life things that happen. And one of the things that I saw this morning was there was a a policeman's body cam that was out, body cam footage, and he went to, I think it was in Tennessee? I could be wrong. I can't remember exactly what the school was, but he had a body cam on and he ran to the school, and there was a concerned parent or teacher outside, told him what's going on. There's a shooter inside. He went straight to his truck, grabbed a weapon, called for backup. They went in and infiltrated and stopped the shooter. I did see in the comments, and again, I don't know too much about this. You guys, please educate me on whatever you know down below. But I do know that someone mentioned in the comments on that video that there are policies for schools that won't allow the policeman to enter the school while there's an active shooter. Is that a state-by-state thing? Is that a government ordinance? Is that specific to each police, station itself? Like, what is that? Because what this cop did that I saw this morning, where he just went straight in with his team, they knew what they were doing. They were intelligent. They were able, and they knew what they were doing, and they didn't go in with their heads hot. They were super calm, and they got it done, and they saved a lot of children that day, from what I read. What is up with that, guys? Why aren't these people protecting the children that well? I don't understand.
To have a life worth living, an actual comfortable wage, no more school shootings. Let's unite these states.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an old soul.
I like that layering.
But it is.
That's beautiful.
Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an old soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total control.
Yeah, guys, I really needed that one today. I've really been in this mindset lately of fear of the future of our youth right now. And I myself don't have children, but I do, plan for the future and when I'm done with college and all those things. And that's enough time for things to go in the right or the wrong direction between now and then. And it's concerning. And I couldn't even imagine some of you that are parents, grandparents, adoptive parents, like whatever, the concern that you actually have for your live children. And it's worrisome that there's so many people who are in places of power and have voting power for these kind of things that don't protect children, that don't protect the working class. It's concerning and it's heartbreaking, and I really do hope, and I'm starting to see more people come out understanding this kind of stuff and speaking out against the crazy Looney Tune left side. I'm starting to see it more and more. And this is again why I listen to people like DAX and Tom McDonald, because they don't allow for the BS. They're like, hey guys, have common sense, be a good person, make good decisions, make strong, educated decisions. Back up what you say, back up what you do, be there for people, be there for your community, be honest, be truthful, because these people that are in power are lying. And there are a lot of people that just believe the lie because it's easier, because it seems safer, because it's this facade, this fantasy of safety, where in actuality, it's the most dangerous thing you can do is to be that ignorant in that space. And I walk around so heartbroken sometimes thinking about this stuff, because it's like, it shouldn't be that way. I'm a young woman in America that looks like this. It's not safe. But it can be safer the more that we find communities like you guys where we can have conversations about these things, and you guys can help me understand things that I don't know. And we can educate other people that don't know, because they don't know the difference between the big lie and the actual truth, right? And it's just, passion is what's going to push us forward, is us being passionate about it. So thank you guys for joining me on this one. This was a very, very important one today. And it's crazy that I picked this one out on the list today, because I woke up with a migraine today. I woke up a little bit in the dark place. I'm going to be honest and transparent. I woke up a little bit in the dark place today. So I'm going to get the rest of my studying done for the day. I'm going to go get some coffee. And hopefully I'll be in a better mood later to get more of these fun reactions up for you guys. So thank you for joining me. I will see you on the next one.